Hello my dear friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara and today we're going to be looking at moon conjunct Uranus in Synastry. So this video is for you if maybe your moon is conjuncting somebody else's Uranus in their natal chart. So this can be in all relationships. You guys can see how this video might apply. If you're a cross watcher, welcome as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. This is a very interesting conjunction, moon conjunct Uranus. For all of the moon conjunctions or moon aspects overall, I do find that the moon person is always going to be a little bit more affected because it does deal with the emotional world, the inner world. That's really what the moon is all about. It's what you really hope deep down inside, what you desire, what's going on, beneath the surface. Obviously, it's always going to depend on the rest of your natal chart and what sign you might have in here. But overall, this is what the moon sign does represent. Uranus, on the other hand, is ruled by Aquarius. What is all of this about? So it's all about being different, out of the box, being unique, being quirky. It's a humanitarian sign. It is all about humanitarian issues. It's all about your large groups of friends, large groups of people overall. It's all about the futuristic thinking and the forward thinking. So when we look at this dynamic with the moon conjuncting the Uranus, one huge thing that can take place is a large level of understanding between the two parties. The Uranus individual, Aquarian energy overall, is very open energetically in terms of understanding people. They're not judgmental. They're not critical. Uranus dominant individuals, Aquarian individuals, 11th house people overall, these people always attract people who are unique, people who are different, people who are kind of like the outcasts of society, and they're very much non-judgmental. So there's very much a non-judgmental energy that is taking place from the Uranus person, accepting of all people from all walks of life. So this energy can very much make the moon person feel comfortable with the Uranus person almost immediately. But when it comes to the emotional world, now it's obviously going to depend as to what is happening with the rest of the natal chart. But in this particular conjunction, the Uranus person might not necessarily be overly emotional. The moon person might be seeking emotional depth in this person. Doesn't mean that the Uranus person can't give it to them. Once again, it really does depend on the rest of the natal chart. But in this particular situation, what can take place is it could take a while for maybe the Uranus person to show any sort of emotions or maybe that depth that the moon person is seeking. Overall, the moon person is definitely going to be attracted to the Uranus person because the Uranus person is going to make this individual feel very comfortable to be themselves, to be their unique selves, to be their weird, freaky selves. Like, I don't know if you guys ever saw that quote, but it was like, might not even be saying it correctly, but basically what this person was saying was like, everyone is weird. It just takes time to get to know them. So when you really get to know people, all of the quirks and just differences come out is really what that is. So right away, the moon person is going to feel comfortable to be their unique, quirky selves around the Uranus person, but they might be seeking more emotional depth in a situation. Doesn't mean that the Uranus person can't give it to them. It's just going to take a while because Aquarian energy, the 11th house, is attached. A lot of the time, people see this as something negative when we look at Aquarian energy. They say they're detached, they say they're aloof. It's not this, it's just more so a mental sign. It's mental energy. They're more about the mind, the intellect, the ideas, rather than the emotions and the feeling. Again, it depends on the rest of the natal chart, but it might take a while for this individual to maybe feel something as deeply as maybe the moon person does, and they might not even be affected by certain things. The moon person might in this dynamic be experiencing so many emotions, or maybe even turn to the Uranus person with all of these things that they're feeling. The Uranus person might kind of be like, wait, why is that affecting that person so much? They might not understand, at least from the get-go. So this dynamic could definitely work. Obviously depends on the rest of the natal chart. I don't really see this dynamic as being something negative, but again, it really depends as to what both parties are looking for, how evolved both parties are, and what kind of dynamic this is going to be. Because if we look at this in a romantic sense, it might be a little bit more of a struggle. Let's say the Uranus individual has maybe like a water moon or something of that sort. Maybe then there's going to be a little bit more depth taking place in terms of their emotional world, but it probably is going to take a while for the Uranus individual to basically get in tune with their emotions. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's just going to take a while because of the nature of the Uranus Aquarian energy, there's also sudden unexpected change that can take place with this energy. So this person can kind of also be inconsistent in some ways. So it really depends, again, what the moon person is looking for. If it is a romantic dynamic and maybe the moon person is looking for consistency, it might be a struggle to get that out of the Uranus person. But again, really depends on the rest of the natal chart. So with all of that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I do hope you guys enjoyed my video on moon conjunct Uranus in Synastry. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the day.